Alrighty, today is lesson 1.3 and it's on the order of operations. So you probably have already learned this, but by the end of the class you should be able to solve numerical expressions using the order of operations. And remember, numerical means these are all numbers, right? Numerical is numbers. And you should be able to solve algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions have numbers, variables, and all the operations. So let's remember the order of operations, okay? Remember the saying, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally? I don't like to use PEMDAS because people can't spell that. So the first step that you're always going to ask yourself, are there any parentheses? The P for please stands for parentheses. You always do what's in the parentheses first, and they can look like these different kinds of parentheses. After you've cleared all parentheses, please excuse, the E stands for do any exponents. The third step after you clear those is my dear, which is multiply and divide from left to right, the way we read a book. After there's nothing else, you've done parentheses, exponents, and multiplied and divided, the very last step is Aunt Sally, which is add and subtract from left to right. Now you're going to get so excited about doing these problems that you are going to add and subtract first, and that's not what we're going to do. So let's look at number 1. Write this down and work it out with me. And you're going to show these steps exactly the way I tell you because you have to show your work. All right? Are there any parentheses? Nope. Are there any exponents? Nope. Is there any multiplying and dividing? Yep. I see from left to right 4 times 20. Well, that's 80. Plus, then I'm going to write down, oh, I got some more multiplying, and it's separated by adding, so I can do that too. That's 40 plus 4.8. Okay? Is there any adding and subtracting? Yes, and I go from left to right. There's 120 plus 4.8, and you guys are going to underline every step you do. And now I can add them, and I get 124.8. Look at number 2. Write that one down. Ask yourself, are there any parentheses? Well, there sure are, so I'm going to underline it. 15 minus 6 is 9. I'm going to drop that down, and I drop everything else down with it. You guys need to show these steps as I am showing them. Are there any exponents? Oh, yeah, there are. Look there's 2 of them. Okay, I'm going to underline both of them. 9 squared is 9 times 9. That's 81 divided by 3. Minus 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. Is there any multiplying and dividing? Yep, there sure is. I'm going to underline it. 81 divided by 3 is, sorry, I'm going to go up here, 27 minus 27. Oh, that's the last part, and I get 0. Number 3, I want you guys to do number 3 and bring that back with you. Okay? Number 4 is a little bit different. If you look at number 4, it has parentheses inside of parentheses. So, oh geez, I gotta work inside, all the way inside. So I have to figure out 12 minus 7 first. So I'm gonna drop down the 7 times, that's 2.5, plus 3 times, that has 1 number left in it, so I don't have to put the parentheses, but I can. I still have parentheses inside, right here. So I look in here and I have 2.5 plus 3 times 5. I have to do 3 times 5 first. So I'm going to go here and underline 3 times 5. I still don't have a single number, so I have to put 2.5 plus, that's 15. I still have parentheses, so I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses, and I have 7 times 17.5. Now I have 1 number, and that simply means to multiply those. So I take 17.5 times 7, and I get 122.5. All right, we are going to evaluate algebraic expressions now. Okay, so it says evaluate when x equals 3 and y equals 6. So here's our expression. Remember, expressions do not have equal signs. I'm going to substitute it, and you guys have to show me this. We're going to write 3 and then parentheses 3 plus 6, and this becomes an order of operations problem. There are parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. That is one number now, so I can just drop the parentheses and put times 9, and then of course 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, the next one, it's an algebraic expression, so we're going to write down 5 times y, this time is first, so 6 minus 3, and a parentheses squared. We are going to do the parentheses first. That becomes one number, doesn't it? So I'm going to write 5. I can even keep the parentheses, and that's 3 squared. So we've done the parentheses. Are there any exponents? Do not take 5 times 3 first because there's an exponent. So I write down 5 times 3 squared is 9, and I get 45. Okay? Next one. Y times 19 minus x squared. So I'm going to put 5 on the outside times 19 minus 4 squared. Are there any parentheses? Yep. Well, look inside the parentheses. We have subtraction or a power, so I've got to do the exponent first. So 5 times 19 minus 16. I have to keep that in parentheses because it's not one number yet. Now I finish off my parentheses, and it becomes 5 times 3, which is 15. Okay? I want you to try this problem and bring it back tomorrow. Now, I want to ask you something, or I'm going to tell you a little something about myself, and this is what you're going to include in your notes that I know that you watch this. You know what my favorite kind of candy bar is? It's a Twix, and I like Twix because I eat the chocolate around the outside first, then I pull the caramel off and eat that, and then I save the best for last, which is the cookie. Okay?